Hello and welcome to Model Airplane Maker. In this video I'll show how I paint and weather model airplane exhausts for propeller aircraft in order to get that nice rusty look. To begin, the exhaust parts have an aluminum base coat applied with a black wash. To start the rusting process, I mix red brown with Nato black and dilute it to about 2 parts paint to 10 parts thinner. It's very thin because I want to build up the color gradually. Aircraft exhausts are not like what you'd see on a vehicle such as a tank. I don't want to go heavy on the weathering to begin. And I want to be able to preserve some of that aluminum shine as much as I can while rusting it. To force me to take my time in this process, I mount the exhaust parts on different sticks. I paint them one at a time, very gradually, put them down, get the next piece, start applying the thin mix on it in order to preserve that shine of the aluminum underneath, and again, building up the color very gradually. It's almost like forcing me to walk away from the part for a little bit and come back. It's easy to go overboard at first, so my advice, or at least what's worked for me, is spray a little bit, put the part down, come back, and eventually you're going to have a nice patina of this rust color on the exhaust parts. I'm demonstrating this painting and weathering on an exhaust system for a P-38 Lightning in 48 scale, but I've used it on pretty much every propeller aircraft that I've made, 48 scale, 72nd, and even 32nd. It's a very simple process that I think works very effectively without too much fuss. After gradually building up the paint, you should end up with exhaust parts that look like this. Now I'm going to add some color variation and some texture to the parts using Tamiya Weathering Master Set B. This is the one that contains the soot and the rust color. Using the applicator brush, it's almost like a makeup brush, I am randomly dabbing and rubbing each part with the rust in order to, again, gradually build up some color and hopefully get some texture on there as well. To help get that nice variation in color, I will use the soot and dab that on. If I need a little bit, I'll use a Q-tip. If I need a lot, I'll use the applicator. Here you'll see I'm using the applicator on the larger parts. And again, it's to add a little bit of variation to the color, get more texture on the parts, and generally gradually build up that rust color that we're aiming for. And I'll go back and forth using the soot, using the rust, and build up that color gradually. And what's great about these sets is that it forces you to do it. You can't easily go overboard on applying the weathering to the parts. One other thing of note is I will then use the pure rust pigment right at the opening of the exhaust at the very end to highlight that that is the opening and really make it pop. When I'm happy with the look that I've achieved using the pigments, I seal it in using a flat coat. And here are the final painted and weathered exhausts installed on the Lightning. After putting them on, I added a little bit of exhaust staining with the airbrush. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if there are other topics you'd like me to cover. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.